Hey everybody, how's it going? Look, we went live early, so no one's watching us right now.
Nice.
Can
It
can
was it.
you?
I could I could
There
hear you
we go.
I could hear you
Okay.
perfectly fine. Was the countdown a little glitchy for you, or was I going crazy?
No, if you're talking about what you're seeing compared to what we're seeing on the live stream, it's a delay.
Oh, okay.
So no, I think you're fine.
All right. Yeah,
So
because I got everything running on my end. We're hanging.
mhm.
We're on. We're across the spectrum of live streaming services. So
So we're on multiple things right now. Hey, we already got Kevin Gaming Channel in here. Yeah, he's been following me for a little while, which I appreciate. So, do we have anybody on yours yet? Anybody
oh yeah,
jump in
Pink
there?
Demon came in already. I don't want to. I want to be careful. I don't want to talk. I don't want to talk over people because we're getting people from both ends of the aisle here coming, having this big homeostasis of a stream. So
I, I
I'll be
to be
talking
honest, I wish we could merge the
like the
chats.
chats and everything, and like have
Yeah,
your chat going and then my chat. I wonder.
yeah.
I wonder if we were able. I don't know how we'd be able to do that. You know.
There is a way because I've seen. I think it's Camelot 331. He does it on his Rumble and his what do you call it? His YouTube, and he sees one. I just got to figure out how to do it. I haven't done it yet. So
Because I know that for Twitch, there's a special plugin where we could co-stream. And I don't know, but though if that allows you to bring in like your chat and whatnot, but um, hey, whatever. We're doing it. We're doing this now, and it seems to be working out quite well.
did you hit the co-stream thing when you came into Streamlabs? I mean Streamyard.
No, I did not.
That's probably why. I think Punisher when he did it, it merged the two chats.
I didn't even see the co-stream button, but we could. That's fine. We could. Well, we'll look at it another time
Play
because
play with some of the settings now. You might be able to do it now. I don't know what you're seeing, and we've only just begun, so we
yes,
should
this
be
is
fine.
this is true. This is true.
We've only just begun because if people are jumping in, they're going to be like, "Hey, these guys are just kind of BSing for the moment," because we are going to react to that video. Did you watch the whole thing earlier?
I did not watch any of it. I
You did not watch any of it.
I
You
saved it.
just watched the
I
console.
just watched the console video, dude.
Oh, I remember how you said it before. You said council.
Oh,
Yeah,
like council.
yeah, like a council, like a council of
Okay, I guess.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's my Midwest,
yeah,
dude. My
and
Midwest
it
accent.
was really upsetting somebody. What was it last week?
Oh, that's
Oh no,
funny.
2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
So silly to get upset about something like that. It's not like I talk with, and no offense, like a heavy, like Bostonian accent. Like those guys are rough around the edges. Those really heavy Boston accents. I
Nick,
mean,
are you seeing the chat by any chance?
I
Can you
I'm
see the
I,
chat?
I'm not looking at your chat because I have our window open at max.
Okay.
So
Do you have another way to look at the chat
I do.
because
I do
someone said
because
hey.
I will actually look at the chat on my phone. That's the way I got to do it cuz I have my chat box window open here. Too much Pink Demon says too much of Chicago in you. Yeah, unfortunately. But I was telling
I wish I could see your chat too.
we'll
Because
we'll figure
the
it
way
out.
I'm doing it, I'd have to pull up a third chat in
Yeah,
my
that's what
mind.
I'm saying. So that's why I'm putting up your stream right now on my phone, and I have chat here. There we go. Kevin Gaming Channel. What's poppin', dude? Thanks for stopping by.
Are you seeing? Are you seeing it in real time there? You should be,
It's
right?
gonna be real time. Yeah,
Okay.
it's real time.
So now, okay, Risky says that he's a little upset that it's $70. What do you think about that price? Before we get into the actual video, since you haven't seen it,
Yeah.
my buddy Alex sent it to me, and I'm like, oh my god, I forgot it was today, and I was like, all right, let me just watch it, and I just went, and like he's at work
Hmm.
texting me, and we're having this long conversation about the things we like and the things we don't like. So when you said you were doing the video, Can you link it in the chat? Can you link your video in the chat? Because I ended up not doing it
Am
because
I
I said
allowed
screw
to?
it.
Do I have
Just
the ability to do that?
yeah, you can just send the link to your video in the chat on the side, so everybody can watch it later, not now. Don't
Yeah.
leave
I'll
and
get it. I'll get it.
go
I'll
hide.
get. I'll get the video ready for later because I think
Okay,
that works
okay,
out better. Because when we're dipping out, it'll give them. We could dump some extra links
good
for
job,
some stuff that
good job.
you've done and stuff that I did. That way, people can open up some tabs and check some more stuff out later.
See, I actually was going to. I told you I was going to do the reaction to just the console, but when you did it, I was like, you know what? I think after our live stream, I'm just going to share your video
Dude,
because
do
I'm
whatever
going
you.
to talk about it here.
Okay.
So I was like, it's almost a little redundant, and people will be seeing this.
Well, I think
So
your opinion differs than mine, and I think we're gonna end up going over. I'm staying away from controller stuff, dude. All right,
oh,
that's
I'm
your
buying
game.
that.
I'm not.
Oh, you oh,
I am not
did you
doing
see the
anything
Pro
with
controller?
the what.
Did you see the new Pro controller?
That
It was
that
at the
caught me
end
off
of.
guard at the end. That caught me off guard, and
We'll talk about
it
it when we
looks
get there,
great.
but I'm buying it, right?
I might have to get it too. I might have to
do,
get it too. I don't know.
I,
Um,
do you know I'm going to do an unboxing?
yeah, you should, you should.
Those videos do way too well. Oh, did I tell you what I did this week? Before we get into the Zelda thing,
Hmm.
I sold off over 200 games
Unbelievable.
from PS2, PS3, PS4, Dreamcast, and PSP because I sold off about 90% of my Xbox games earlier this year.
Uh-huh.
And then when I get my Poly Mega in and install the games on the Poly Mega, I'm going to sell off my Genesis and my Saturn and my
You
Sega CD.
entry fee for Saturn games are way too high.
It's stupid. I'm keeping my console,
I love the way the
but
console looks
yeah,
too.
I
The
I
console looks
love my
amazing.
console, but yeah.
No, yeah, I
So
because like Legend of or Panzer. Not, I'm thinking Legend of Dragoon PlayStation, which I do have. Which that should actually be on my list for RPGs. But I digress.
Panzer Dragoon, it's good, but
Panzer
it didn't make my top.
Dragoon, but that's a $300-400 CD.
Yeah,
And who
yeah.
knows if that CD's going to work? I paid $40 for an OG copy of Shenmue for Dreamcast. Doesn't work. And it's common. It's
No.
common that the data goes bad on the first Shenmue game discs. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't tried mine because I bought it years ago. Oh, that's
Give it a shot. Let me know. Let me know if it works for you, dude. It was
um
disappointing. I got to the main screen and like it just didn't go anywhere else. Hence,
it
since I do own the game, I do have it running on an emulator on my Steam Deck, so I could play it on that. Um, though I have not yet fully pursued playing that
what's
game.
funny, I just look at the chat right now and I see RFRR25 says, "I'm going to get Breath of the Wild." And I'm like, "Wait, you haven't bought it yet?" I'm not that much better because after what are we on? 6 years now? I went back, I only had 20 hours of gameplay and hadn't beaten one Divine Beast. So now I'm finishing it before the new one comes out. I all that stuff I sold, I paid off 6 games over the next 2 months,
Are you happy with what you
and
got? Really quickly, like, are you
oh
happy
yeah,
with the money or whatever trade-in
it,
value and money and everything that you got
I
out of
was
that? 200 games?
well, a lot of them were not gonna lie, PS3 and PS2 games that were maybe $2 to $4 titles. So they gave me very good. I was expecting for what I had about 700 bucks. They gave me 640, and I was like, that's fine because I was going to sell it on Facebook Marketplace for about 700 because
Okay,
I knew what I was selling, and I only sold a couple of high rolling games, but not too many. So I think the most expensive one that I sold was 100 bucks. Everything else was about $40 or less.
gotcha. Well, as long as you're happy
So
with it, man, I bet
yeah,
it's
I was. I still have $140 in credit. I ended up walking away with 4 games that day and 6 new games completely paid off.
nice.
So,
No, that's really great.
but, oh, whoa! I just read that last one. Are you reading the
Yeah, yeah.
last chat?
I was gonna say risky. I don't know. I
that
don't know about that
that's
one.
a risky statement.
Yeah, that's a risky
And that's
statement
the
right there.
dad jokes.
I think that the hardware Nintendo Switch hardware is dying.
It's old. It's old. It was old
It's
when it came
yeah,
out.
exactly. It was old when it came out. So yeah, if you're gonna look at it in that perspective, the hardware is dying really bad. Nintendo as a company, they just got one of their theme parks up and running. They have one in Japan. They're putting another one in Florida.
There's one that's going to be built down the street from me.
Literally,
Literally. Yeah, it's about 20 minutes away from my house.
they're gonna have
And
so
I'm like, by expressway.
yeah, and then
But
and
yeah,
then and
I jump
then
on two expressways and I'm there in 20 minutes.
you have the Mario movie that's coming out this week. By the way,
Yes, I will be seeing that. I'm going to try to see it on Friday
are they
because
having a
it comes
midnight
out
release on
Wednesday.
Thursday? I don't have anybody to go with me. I can't be
It
a single grown man going to the Mario movie at midnight by myself. I just can't do
you
that.
right. You right. You
I
right.
I if I didn't care as much as I do, I would go, but there's a
But
limit that
where
I
you
draw.
live, I also wouldn't go outside at midnight at all.
I wouldn't see it in the city. I would go out to the suburbs. But I think
See, me, I'll walk. I don't have any problem. I'll walk around my neighborhood at midnight, like in my underpants, and that's bad. No, I wouldn't do it in
I
my
would be
underpants,
careful with
but
that.
still.
The pink demon on my chat goes, "Dress younger, you'll fit in." Like that, like, "Hey kiddos" meme with what's his name?
Yeah, Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, Steve Buscemi. "Hello kiddos, wear a backwards hat, bringing my skateboard."
You just got to shave. You got to
She's
shave.
not insinuating you're old at all, I swear. Well, 38, I'm getting up there. Playing
Oh,
on their mom's tablet and on Nintendo consoles. Yeah.
yeah, that is sad because when you're out and you see the kids that they're just on their phone, I'm like, hey, the thing which is the saddest to me is someone who goes to theme parks quite often because I don't live too far
Mm-hmm.
from them. I'll see more kids on their phones than actually paying attention to Universal
Then they
Studios
shouldn't have went to the park.
or Disney World,
So jaded,
and it's
man.
it's sad, yeah. And
Like to be
especially with this epic universe coming out, and you've got the new Harry Potter land that they're adding, the How to Train Your Dragon, the Universal Monsters, and Nintendo World. I would be phone is only for taking pictures.
not only
That's it.
that, dude, parents are paying so much money to bring their kids into these parks. It's not the cheapest it's not the cheapest thing to do. To like go into these parks and even get like how
Oh,
quick is your fast pass? You still have to wait.
well, for me, it's included, so I don't have to pay for it. But there are the lines, the express pass and the fast pass lines. But man, Risky saying some things over here.
They have opinions for sure.
And I was like,
Television.
okay, kids know who Mario is. Everybody knows
Everyone
who.
knows who Mario is for
Yeah,
sure.
Mario had. I think he's back to the point where in the '80s more kids knew Mario than they knew Mickey and Mickey Mouse, and I think Mario's back to that. I think more people know who Mario is, especially kids, than Mickey Mouse because Disney's gotten just awful.
Yeah,
But Legend of Zelda, did you beat what do you call it? Breath of the Wild?
I did. And remember I played Breath of the Wild on my Wii U console.
Oh yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yep, yep, because it just didn't make any sense. You know, dude, it took me until the earlier no, it took me till late last year to repurchase Mario Kart because I
Eight
completed
eight deluxe.
yeah, I completed Mario Kart 8 100%. 3 stars, everything on my Wii U. And so I was like, do I really want to do this? But then the DLC, the new DLC courses and everything, I'm like, okay. So I found a used copy for like $40, $43.
Whoa, saying Joel from Last of Us is more popular than Link.
No.
No.
And a whole
The
and the
Last of
whole
Us games combined did not sell as much as um what was it, Breath of the Wild? Breath of the Wild is what, the fourth or fifth best selling game on the Switch?
you would
I
know
can't remember.
you
I
would
know
know better than
Mario
me
Kart is
probably.
still number one. Mario Kart Deluxe 8 is.
But Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is yeah, one of the all-time selling games just in general. Now maybe there's a lot of hype around The Last of Us right now from the show, which I know people are saying how great the show is, currently right now have no interest in watching it.
Yeah, I have
Also,
no interest.
I'm
I'm
not
not
paying
even
for
gonna bother.
HBO. I'm not paying for
I got it
HBO
for
right now.
free. The
Yeah,
only
so
reason
that's
I watch HBO is because it comes free with my cell phone provider.
oh, perfect.
So that's the only reason. But that's how I got to watch Mortal Kombat. That's how I got to watch the DC movies when I do watch them. I watched all the Harry Potter movies because of that, even though I had them on Blu-ray. It's just, it's like, it's easy to watch there, but I don't. I never liked The Last of Us. I thought it was a, uh, just jumping on the zombie hype train,
I
and I
I
think the story's very poorly written. But that's me.
I played the first game and I thought it was fantastic years ago when it was on PS3. Didn't bother needing to play the remake, and I unfortunately have zero interest to play the last one.
Yeah, I'm
Whatever
not.
Last of Us 2 is. The
Yeah,
gameplay looks
I'm
really
good.
redundant. I think the art the graphic fidelity of the game looks phenomenal. The animation looks really great. The
Mhm.
violence and everything looks top notch, and even the gameplay does look really good. But there's just something in me that I just don't have. I've been playing Mario games this past weekend. I replayed Odyssey. I did all
Yeah.
the missions. I started Galaxy. I'm having more fun doing that. I like. Oh, and you know what I have to do is I'm like maybe an hour into God of War for PS4, not Ragnarok, the other one. And I hate to say it,
Okay.
it runs kind of rough on there, man.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
it.
I tried to start playing it on PS5 and I went, I'm bored.
Oh,
I've
really?
just never been a fan of Sony's more popular IPs these days. I like their older stuff.
Hmm.
I don't like Horizon. I don't like God of War, and I don't like Last of Us. Not saying they're bad. They're
Yeah,
just not my
same.
cup of tea.
Yeah, same.
It feels like they're overly cinematic and less focused on gameplay. And I that's why I really love Nintendo IPs because they're more gameplay.
Mhm.
So, but hey, look what they did to my favorite IPs on Xbox. So Halo's just sad these days, and Gears 5 was just a sure.
It was not. I was gonna ask you because I think you have a Gears tattoo, right?
I have two.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you what you thought about the last Gears game.
It it was mid.
Yeah, that's kind of disappointing.
It wasn't bad. It was just the fact that they just gave the focus to this new chick out of nowhere, where the story in four kind of didn't lead that way. It's like, and then we're gonna call it Gears 5, and then we're gonna make you use this new chick. And I'm like, why? What what happened? Why aren't we using JD? He's there. And I was like, okay, I really like JD. I like the Dom. I liked Marcus and Dom a lot.
Yeah, those guys were the best, dude. I was
Dom was my favorite character.
in multiplayer. I played as was it Cold Train?
Coltrane.
He was awesome.
Coltrane.
Love that
Oh yeah,
guy.
the entire squad was great.
Yeah, the original squad it was awesome. I mean, I would
Uh,
play what is it, Horde or whatever with Ninja
yes.
Turtles, dude, just all night. That's all we would do. We'd get our other buddies in on a match. This was back when Xbox
Yep.
360, and we would just play Horde
Yep.
all night, dude.
Yep. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it up to you. We're almost at 9:30, the original live stream time. Do you want to kick off this video now, or do you want to wait the next 7 minutes? I think we should just do it now.
Yeah,
What do you think?
sure. Yeah, put it
All
on.
right,
Let's watch it.
let's.
Because the
That's what she
video
said.
itself is like almost
Hmm?
15 minutes, right?
I think it's 18. I think it was 18. Let me double check. I want to say, but yeah, you're right. It's about
Do
that
we
time.
want to be purists and watch the BS talking
No,
in the
we're both
beginning?
wrong. 13:47. Yeah,
Okay.
we're gonna watch everything.
Okay.
We're going to watch it
I'm going to
all.
watch
That's
it
what
on
she
my
said.
monitor here.
So, all right, let me open up my other window and go back. Here we go.
Hello, everyone. I'm Eiji Aonuma, producer of the Legend of Zelda series. First,
So
I
old
have
school
some news.
Japanese. I
Development
dig
on
it.
The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is now complete. Thank
I
you
would
very
hope
much for
so.
waiting.
That when
Yeah,
when
I
they
know.
said that, I was like,
I would hope so
I would
too.
hope
Many of you are
so.
looking forward to this game,
It comes out
and
like
we've
in a
released
month
a
and a
few
half.
trailers so far. Although it'll just be a brief glimpse, I'm going to actually play the game for you all today and show you
I'm
what
out
it's
of G
like.
Fuel.
Oh boy.
Okay,
I have some water
let's
here.
begin.
Thanks.
Here
Just
we are
ask me
in the
something.
land of Hyrule. Like the Legend of Zelda Breath
What
of the
frame rate are
Wild,
we looking
there's a
at?
vast world
30
to
frames?
explore.
That's 30 frames.
Of course,
That's a
it's
30
not
frame
just the
stutter.
same world as is. It's changed in many ways. If we talk about all of the
Visually,
changes
the game
today,
looked exactly
we'll run
the
out
same.
of time. So
Yeah,
we hope you'll seek
which
them out for yourself when the game launches.
I don't know. You either love it or
In this game,
like
the
me,
vast
don't really
world of
care.
Hyrule
The only
reaches
thing
high into the sky. You'll
I
notice
was
some land
really
masses floating
hoping
up there.
that we'd get
We
a
call them
brand new
Sky
Zelda
Islands.
game
Yeah, me too.
instead of an exact sequel, but
You're probably wondering something. How do
supposedly,
you get to the Sky
allegedly,
Islands when they're so
um,
high up?
this was
Allegedly.
supposed to be DLC. They just couldn't do it. So
If we
it became
take a
its own
look,
game.
oh,
Ooh.
something's falling from the sky. Do you see it? I wonder what that is. Let's head over to it.
It's a rock. It's a flaming poo.
We're almost at the
Giant
spot where the
rock.
object fell.
I look at this and I remember, oh, the stamina bar for when you're
Here it is.
climbing.
Yeah.
Hated it.
Okay,
Oh, I
let's
hated
use
it.
one of Link's new abilities. If you do this on the rock that just fell,
And he looks Greek. Link is very Greeky.
look,
He is
it started
very,
rising.
definitely very Greekish.
This power is known as recall, which rewinds an object's movement. Since I just used recall on the
It
fallen
can't be
rock,
comfortable
I can now
running
rise into the sky.
all over
We're a lot
Hyrule
closer
in
to the
those
Sky
sandals.
Islands. Let's use the paraglider to reach one of them.
I definitely agree. Very
There are a
uncomfortable.
few other Sky Islands floating here too.
He's got some balls to do that.
I'd be terrified.
I made it. There
Like,
are lots of ways to
one
reach
thing
the
I
Sky
thought is
Islands, so we
everything
hope you'll
looks the
try a
same.
few different methods.
That is just a texture map too. If you look at it, it's just a
Okay,
texture map.
now we're on a slightly bigger Sky
You
Island.
see that?
Just like on the surface,
And you've been
there
playing
are
Breath of the
several
Wild
man-made
recently.
structures.
Yeah.
Some trees.
So
I
it's
was playing it right
pretty
before.
fresh in your mind.
You won't
Yeah,
see
like
many
right
of those
before we
yellow
got
trees
on
on the
stream.
surface, though.
Oh wow.
Let's walk around for a bit.
Is the volume too loud? Should I turn it down a bit? Yeah, I'm turning it
Yeah,
down.
turn it down a tad.
Turn it
There's
turn
a
it to
branch on
halfway.
the ground.
I could hear you a little bit better.
When
Yeah.
you find something like this, you should pick it up.
Yeah, you're
It
gonna
might
craft
come handy
something, gonna
later.
make a fire out of it, and then
Let's continue.
brew up stews, and then eat them for power ups. Because that we all know that was freaking awesome.
This is a branch.
Yeah, I had the volume turned all the way up. Now it's
We'll
down
leave
enough to
from the
where
branch we just picked
we're
up.
not competing with him.
Yeah, yeah.
As soon as it went, oh, pick up a branch. Oh, it broke. They're still doing.
PTSD. Yeah.
We defeated it. Moving on.
It feels like the same exact game. Everything looks the same.
Yeah.
Fighting with just a branch won't get us very far. Also, this branch is almost broken.
Is he gonna go find a horde of goblins and then loot their chests and find a better weapon?
Over here
Nope.
and do this. Look, we can stick them together. We created a makeshift hammer. This is called fuse. You can stick objects together to create new weapons with various effects. Let's take on another construct with this fused weapon.
You know what that means?
We're dealing with two of them.
The chance of you getting cool weapons and cool looking designs is going to be slim and none. You're going to get goofy stuff like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
That's one thing I was like, oh, okay, a rock on a stick.
The other branch broke.
And you can see it doesn't have a durability bar.
You can do all sorts of things by experimenting.
So
I thought they would put like to see
yeah, like to
how
give.
durable it is.
It's just
but
gonna.
it
It'll
just
just
says-
break randomly on you.
Yeah, it just says it's just more durable. So I was like, all right. Because that was one thing that bothered me in the old one. There was no bar or anything. So you didn't know how durable it was.
Watch, the whole thing
And
breaks
yeah,
after the next
that is
attack.
true. The world does look empty.
For instance, try fusing this leaf to an arrow.
And you still can't swim underwater? Really?
Fuse an ice
Oh,
weapon
Link will never
to
be
an
fully
arrow.
voiced. I'm looking at Risky over there. He's going off in the chat.
Yeah. Well, you're here to voice your opinions, and we're here to listen.
In addition,
That is like I don't think Link will ever be voiced. I don't think besides his that,
About hunting
yeah,
wolves.
that,
Well,
he'll
I
never
mean,
be.
and but listen to how long it took for us to hear Mario
Many
just
wildlife
spit
can
a couple
attract fast
words,
moving objects
and
like
now for
Yeah.
the
wolves,
first
so
time in
shots rarely land.
30
Oh,
plus years, we get him
you
in a
got to
movie.
watch
Shots like
this.
these. Here's an eyeball you can get by defeating monsters. Fuse it to an arrow and look, it homed in on the target.
Okay, so you have to do that every time
Let's
though
try
when
this
you're
on
gonna
a new
fire.
bird.
You choose
Well,
something else.
if you want a homing arrow,
Just
which
fire
to
in the
me
general
is
direction.
that made it a
It's pretty
lot
simple.
easier when you were trying to hit
Depending on
stuff.
what you stick
I'm
together,
like, all right, now you have to
flexibility
worry
can
about
also be beneficial for
geometry
hunting.
and angles and oh, there you just homing.
I do like that,
It's cool.
but how many? What's your max number of
Now,
eyeballs can
you're
you
probably
store
wondering if this has any
I
use.
in
don't
your
know.
in your frickin'
Well, this
inventory?
mushroom is actually
99.
a buff shroom. Let's fight an enemy with this. I blocked with the shield. Okay, there's smoke now. The enemy's lost sight of Link, so attack. Even if you struggle with
Is that a
combat, you
sword
can
that he
take
has, or
time
just like
using
It
a?
some
looked like a
similar
dagger
methods.
of some sorts.
In the previous game,
I
you
can't
solved
really
your
tell.
powerful
Looks like
weapons
a
by defeating strong
maybe a
enemies.
club
But in this
sword-ish
game,
thing.
fusing even the weakest weapon with something else could turn it into a useful weapon.
Okay,
There are
you're gonna
many
see
more
something
gameplay
that
options
I
for
think
each
this
enemy.
game is gonna
Let me
become
demonstrate.
less about
Some
story,
of the Sky
less
Islands
about
even have rivers. We'll want to cross this
combat, and more
but
about
swimming across,
what you're gonna see here.
well, the river's too wide for that. We need a boat. Of
So
course,
you're
there
gonna
is another
go
thing that
collect
resembles a boat
logs
around
and
here.
items to fuse together a boat.
So, we'll
Yep.
pick up this log and attach it to the second
And the
log.
stuff you need just happens to be lying around.
Then what's the point? Just put a boat
Let's
there.
do one more. We'll
You
bring
know what I'm
some
saying?
sticks
Like, just put a frickin'
and
boat there.
attach the
Yeah.
third log.
Oh
It's a makeshift raft.
God,
This is another new ability called Ultra Hand.
my left eye started
Even though
twitching.
the log is
Ha.
currently attached,
Ultra hand.
the
I
hand
get
will
it. You
detach.
see what they did
Let's
there?
modify
Ha.
the shape of the raft.
It's a Nintendo joke.
You can always attach things or detach them like this.
Oh, the old power glove.
No, the Ultra hand was one of their first
Now,
toys they
if you're close
created
on the water,
that had
it would
the
serve only
boxing
for a
glove
little bit of
with
float.
the extension thing where you
We
pull the
made a small
trigger and it
dive
goes
version of
boing
a boat.
boing, and then they even made a game of it on the
However,
Wii.
it won't
I'm
work in
surprised.
its current state, so we'll need something
Oh,
more
I know the
advanced.
game. I
Yeah,
didn't know that it was. I know the
it
Wii
was
game.
originally one of their toys way back in the day.
Ah, man, I'm surprised I didn't know that. Foolish me.
Oh, wind. It's blowing wind.
Well, you're young.
Looks like we
I don't
found a
blame
fan. Now we'll
Yeah,
try
right.
attaching it.
you.
So you put
See,
that on the back of the raft.
yeah, and it's like you don't need two, but he's setting it
We'll
up for
attach
two. I'm
another
like,
one.
okay,
This should make
you
the
could have
boat
just
go
put
around
one
this
and done
way.
the same and done half the work.
Or just already have a boat there instead of wasting my time.
But how many
Okay,
boats did
there's
you
the boat.
have in Breath of the Wild that you
Let's
couldn't
try
use?
moving the boat.
There was like no boats. I don't even remember ever
Yeah,
using a boat in that game.
exactly. There were rafts there, but they were just there. They weren't usable.
Since we added two fans, we should be able to cross the river in no time. All right, we reached the other side. In the most recent trailer, we showed scenes of Link riding a large car and a flying machine.
He built them.
Those vehicles actually aren't in the game from the start. Instead, you'll be able to freely craft them on your own.
Yeah,
There
so
are
the
all
majority of
sorts
the
of
game is going to
objects
be
you'll come
solving
across in this
puzzles,
game.
building
And depending on how you use your
Um,
imagination,
this
you
things.
is
can do a
this.
lot with them.
Well,
So
well,
try new
I
different
think
things and explore
that
this
sounds like
world
an
with your
absolute
Wii.
snooze fest. MJ says, "Good to see you guys."
There
Hey,
are
MJ.
even more new
Hey,
abilities.
Thanks for coming in.
Take this
that's my
bubble
wife.
over here.
Oh, hi, wife.
Watch this. Look, I passed right through the
Now,
ceiling.
this thing is cool,
This new ability is called
but
Ascend.
it almost
If you can place one
makes things a
ceiling,
little too
you can go
easy.
through to the floor above you. There are some restrictions, but what's great about this
I don't
ability
know. It
is
doesn't
that it's
sound like there's
multi-purpose,
restrictions when you get to
and
this
you can
next
use it
part.
anywhere. For example, this place has a cave with a hill right above it. If we use the ability here,
And yet the enemy doesn't even bother. Look at that. How easy is this going to
Keep
be?
going.
This is really
Okay.
interesting. Wow.
We emerged at the top of the hill. In the previous game, you had to use stamina to climb a mountain. But in this game, if there's a mountain with a cave like this one, you can now get to the top without having to climb
How
all
is a
the way up.
couple of feet going to
Here's
be the
another
difference
example.
between
Imagine
like
you're stuck in a cage.
4 or 5 inches of snow and then
Similar to you,
grass?
right? Exactly.
I get you're way up in
Oh,
the air, but
there's another
Yeah,
one.
but I will say that ability. I do
Fused
like that
with
ability.
weapon.
Makes things a lot more convenient.
Some enemies are equipped with fused weapons, so battles will play out a bit
when do
differently.
the enemies get the ability to fuse things? I thought your arm
Ah,
was
it blew me away with wind.
the ability.
Looks like it's got
Great
some sort of
question.
sand.
Unless
Ah,
these
That
enemies,
it
looks
goofed
annoying as
off.
hell.
yeah.
That would piss me off.
Oh well, let's just return to the surface.
Let's not.
Okay, this is kind of cool, but
Looking at
I'm
the
like,
sand from the
he's
sky
really
gives
going
you
to
a
go
feeling
all
of
the way.
peace. It feels so good.
How does that feel?
In the
That would
sky,
be
you'll be able
annoying.
to
It would
look
take
out across the
forever.
land.
Now, how do you get back up there?
You can also search for
Same
destinations
way
in the
you got up there the
future.
first time.
Once you've chosen
Build
a
another boat.
destination,
Go across the
Like
river.
he's going to say there, you got to figure out. There are many
what's
ways
that?
to get
This
up there.
river.
It's up to you to figure it out.
So I want to spend an hour trying to figure out how to get
And we're
back up
back on
there.
the surface.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's.
but have you noticed what you don't
Still so
see at
many things I'd
all?
like to show you, but
No
let's leave it
shrines.
at that for now.
I was going to ask, what's up with the shrines?
What did you think? Some of Link's new abilities were updated from the previous game. I'm sure some of you watching me play were thinking, wait, if you could do that, then maybe you could do this too. In this game, you can do a lot of things just by thinking about what's even possible. There's still a lot of
It almost feels
confusion,
like they put
mystery,
stuff
and
in there
encounters
just
to
to
come in the show
extend
today, but they're all
playtime.
jam-packed into
It
this
yeah,
unfamiliar Hyrule, and we hope you'll please
needless or
remember
you
to enjoy
like
the
stuff
story.
that is just
That's all for today. Thank you for watching.
sounds like it's going to become quite redundant over time.
I hope not, because Nintendo is pretty good at that. And this is the part which is the thing that I want the most. So you already know what's coming up here because you already covered it.
Yeah, it looks. I'll watch it and I'll give you my opinion.
It's gold. It's
It's
gold.
gold. That's what I said. I'm like, it's gold. Like,
It's like a gold member. Okay.
I love
Gold.
gold.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that. It comes out April 28th.
Are they
And
going to have how
if
limited
my
of a
wife is
run?
still watching, she now knows.
How limited of a run do
Well,
you think they're gonna have? It looks look at how great
the thing
that
is, you
dock
can
looks.
still walk into a store around here and get the Splatoon and the Pokemon now. They've just randomly started showing back up. So I think this is going to be the same thing. So,
Look at that pro
and
controller.
there we go.
Look at
That
that.
controller. I don't care so much about the case,
It's not bad, but
but
that controller, man.
that interesting how they made one handle
Like what, a
black and
cloud?
the other one white.
Like a cloud, maybe? I don't, or the just the theme of things because this white and this gold type of
I
thing going on.
Now the thing is, these come out May 12th, while the console comes out on the 28th of April,
Mm.
which is the day before my wife's birthday.
It looks like you're getting yourself a birthday. Your wife a birthday present, huh?
what? What?
Your wife
So
bought
yeah,
you a new Switch. Let's open it up
so yeah,
together.
there we go. Let's do that. Gonna hit that stop sharing. There we go. So yeah. Now that you saw that, what I want to hear your opinion on that because let's see where it aligns with mine.
Okay. I will not be day oneing this game whatsoever.
I've already paid it off.
You
So that
already
was one of the
pre-ordered it.
games that I pre-ordered and paid off.
Um,
I didn't get
this
the deluxe special edition because impossible. Thank you Nintendo. Only get it through their site.
I
Last one I
mean,
was able to get was Metroid Dread.
maybe they're being like extra careful not to show too much to like any dungeon type stuff or any boss battle type stuff. I think they're playing this one pretty close to the chest. They're showing a couple new
That
abilities.
worries me. You know why that worries me? Because now I think after seeing this, we're going to see too much Breath of the Wild rehash.
Mm.
I almost am afraid the combat's going to be completely the same. Exploration is
There'll
going to
be a
be
targeting
completely the same.
system and everything. Like
Like the
it'll
game, it looks like DLC.
yeah.
Looks. I'm hoping it doesn't feel like DLC.
I'm leaving
I
that
just
up to
want to know
people like you who are going to buy the
how
game and
long
review it.
how long has it been that this game's been officially in production? Not when it was rumored to be DLC, but when they said, "All right, we're going to make it a full game."
Wasn't about a couple years
I think
into
20 the console came out in
Switch.
2017. I want to say it was probably about 2020 when it switched from DLC to full game. That's what I'm going to say. And they went 3 years to make it a full game, but it just doesn't look enough like a brand new game. It almost feels like the Ocarina of Time Majora's Mask step
Mm,
instead of a Wind Waker. Uh, oh crap! What was the one that launched with the Wii? Um, Twilight Princess step. You know, two completely different games.
mhm.
It doesn't feel. It literally feels like over the top DLC, which
Well,
is
I think they're just trying to stick with what did well because Breath of the
and
Wild did very well.
but $70.
That did
Does
not
this
look like $70 worth of gameplay
they
that I looked
they
at.
they're saying that what they put into it, I hope it's not just, oh, it's $70 because now we put so much busy work in there for you. It's going to take you 100 hours to beat the game instead of 50 hours to beat the game.
Well, because of all this little nuanced stuff that they put in,
Yeah.
which I don't
So
know. I'm not. I don't feel hyped towards this game whatsoever. I don't feel the hype. And just because I don't feel the hype,
agreed.
I just hope that people don't go and like don't let me ruin it for you. Like if you're watching this and you're hyped as hell for the game, good for you. It's just this game the way it looks like right now is just it's really just not for me. And it sucks because I love Zelda. One of my favorite
Like
Zelda games are Link to the Past,
like
A
Link
Link
to the
Between
Past was
Worlds, and Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time's
It's
my
just
favorite,
an
but I
amazing
do love
game.
I'm one of those weirdos that the one that I like the least is actually Majora's Mask.
And I own it, but I played like an hour of it and I just really couldn't get into it. And my
Yep.
buddy said, he's like, dude, you should just play it on your 3DS, the graphic, because I have it for a 3DS as well. He's like, the graphics are cleaner and better. But don't we have, what do we have for the Switch Online Nintendo 64 catalog? Do we have Majora's in there? Because I know
I
Ocarina's
think
in there.
so. I have my Switch in front of me. Hey,
Oh, nice,
look at my
nice.
Switch.
Look at that, the gold
This is
cartridge.
my OG Switch, but I do have my OLED. Let's see.
I know my well, Ninja Turtles
Things
is
here.
always raving on how amazing the OLED is
Oh,
on
I love the
this.
OLED. It's just the OLED I got. At first, I liked it, but now I can't stand it because I hate those colors. And
Oh, yeah,
I
that's
got the
right.
one that's the Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and the game is terrible. Well, let me rephrase that. The game has so many performance issues that it could have been good if it didn't have those performance issues. Hence,
Mhm.
I hate it. Like, there's so many problems. I just can't.
And that's really disappointing, and I feel like that's such a disservice towards real hardcore Pokemon players because I
And I
pl-
love Sword and Shield. I love Sword. Shield was the first Pokemon game my wife played, and she beat it.
I liked they were just cranking out those Pokemon games though, dude, because they had
Yeah,
Pearl.
Majora's Mask is on here.
Majora's Mask is on there,
I don't know
so
if you can see it. Nah.
I
See it?
yeah, okay, good. That's
Okay.
good to know because dude, I want every day I keep refreshing Nintendo's website to buy their $50 N64 controller for the Switch.
Yeah, you know what? I, I've I've gotten to the point where I don't do that anymore because it's so time consuming. But
Hmm.
one thing I have realized that if you follow Nintendo Life and their website, and I'm always on their site
I'm always
because
on there too.
news. I'm always
That's my
so
home. That's my home screen.
somehow they know when it's going to come out ahead of time. But the only countries that have gotten it so far this year have been Australia and the UK. We haven't got a shipment yet or a restock.
And and I just can't bring it to myself to go and spend $100 on one from Japan because the Japanese one will work perfectly fine. Or any I think any areas
Yep.
will work. I just can't bring it to myself to have to pay double
Right.
for it because I don't know. Like I want to like, and you know what's funny is I think a lot of people, maybe younger, they're like,
Hmm.
"What is this? What is this controller? Like this thing is
Yeah.
terrible."
Kids these days are hating on it. I'm like, no, this thing was
This thing
great.
was
This thing was
amazing.
revolutionary.
Yeah, this was something new, and the rumble
It's
pack
like,
in the back.
what is this stick? Oh, it shakes. That was the
Yeah,
craziest thing. It was epic.
and then the Z button below,
Yeah, so I'm like, it's a trigger. It's like a gun. Pew pew
and then
pew.
and then the C buttons for like changing
The
your
yeah,
camera.
which evolved. Sony went, hey, we can make that into a stick.
Yep.
Tell me the first time you saw that DualShock, you went, why does it have two sticks?
I
Why do you
was
need two sticks? And
I
now it's like,
yeah. It's second nature.
yeah, do
It's
I have
second nature.
where's my control? I've got it.
I
Oh, it's right
have,
there.
dude. I have an old
And when you're
school.
like,
You want to talk like? Hang on, I got.
and there it leaves. Wow, there's these crazy white splotches. It's like, pew.
Well, I have.
Yes, Mellow. Sword and Shield was a great game. Games was
Oh,
great games.
don't ask me why
Gamers
there's
game
dirt on this thing, dude.
because you're dirty.
But you know, that's a PS1 dual. Like, what do they call a dual
DualShock
shock? Yeah, I don't know why I was gonna say dual sense. The dual
because the
shock.
new one's a DualSense.
But remember
So
when this controller didn't have these
where's
joysticks on it?
where is my DualSense?
And I'll tell you, man, these joysticks actually feel pretty legit. They feel pretty good, man.
You know what? I don't know how many control. Well, you know me. By now, you should know
Yeah.
controllers. I have a ton, and to be honest, I never really liked the PlayStation controllers because I thought they weren't as comfortable as like the Xbox and the Nintendo.
But when
They weren't as
Xbox came
ergonomic.
out, those things were not the not the big guy. What did they call the big guy?
The Duke,
The
the
Duke.
Duke.
Been out
Yeah,
kind of looking for one, but
we
they're
we called it the hamburger back in the day when I worked at GameStop. Before it actually had that name,
but when they
we called it a hamburger
switched,
because it was huge.
yeah, it was massive. But when they adjusted that size of the controller, I was like, this is by
The
far the most
Controller S.
superior.
Yep. Yeah.
But now PlayStation's new controller, the
Oh,
PS5,
this is
by
this is
far
the best controller.
the best
Like
controller.
this is a great controller. Don't get
It
me wrong,
is.
but they really didn't change anything from the Xbox One to the Series X. They just made a worse D-pad,
Yeah.
and this one just made everything better.
Like they
Yeah, I've
really
customized this. So
they really did for $70, the price point's like perfect for what you get.
yeah, you know what? Mello says the Xbox 360 controller is the best controller of all time. In terms of in hand feel, I agree. It was the most comfortable. But the wired one I thought was a bit better because it didn't have the battery pack on the back. So if you have larger hands like myself, you didn't have to worry about the battery pack on the back, and it was just and yeah, that's why I'm looking forward to that Hyperkin Xenon, which is a re-release of the 360 controller for a Series X. That's going to be epic. That's going to be my controller. That's going to
Wireless?
be my day to day. It's wired because Microsoft doesn't license their wireless tech.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, I still game with my Xbox
Ah,
One controller, and I love it.
well,
but if I'm on
well,
my Steam
technically,
Deck,
this is Xbox One. This is the
well,
Elite Series One. The Elite Series Two I have in the game room, and I bought this freaking white one after I already had the black one, and now they announced the red and blue. I'm like, really, red? Really?
and you know what? The red looks really nice.
It's red, black, and white. Come on. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, it looks really good. So
so
that's another controller you have to get.
I don't know. $139? I don't think so. Just because and the whole controller isn't changed. It's just the front.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I'll think about that. I might just spend the extra money and do the design lab one later on that has the it basically looks like the channel colors, or maybe even red, white, and blue,
Yeah, you know, I
like
have
a
an
base
Xbox.
controller.
I have an Xbox One that I did the color variations for Portal. So it's like gray, orange, and white. And then I have,
Hmm.
you know, click to enlarge etched on, not etched, but like printed on the bottom of it. And like the buttons are grayed out. It's like it's my Portal 2 controller. I don't know. I have all my collectibles sitting here in boxes still because
Like I did the same thing. I did a custom one. Mine was orange, blue, orange, and white. I don't know why, and it has my gamer tag on it. I don't know why I chose orange. I guess
orange
because
is
I was
great.
thinking of getting a orange Camaro at the time, but I ended up getting a black one. Whatever.
Blue and
Um,
orange is complementary colors, so they go
it
together very very well.
right, and it felt really it. If I did it the opposite way, it would have felt Dragon Ballish.
That too. Yeah,
But I
yeah.
did it the opposite. I don't know why. I just felt I was like, it took me months to pull the trigger on that because I didn't know what colors I was going to get, and once I decided, yeah. So it's still on display in my game room. Master Chief is holding it on my Halo display, one of my Halo displays,
I
the one
actually,
where I have the
yeah,
Halo decanter. Yeah.
nice,
Did I
nice.
did I send you a picture of that? The
Yes, you
Halo
did. Yep,
decanter. Yeah,
yep. That
yeah.
looked like
My
it
wife
was
got it for me for Christmas. It was epic. It blew my mind.
definitely not a cheap purchase. I would say.
I don't know. I didn't want to look it up because I don't want to be disrespectful. I was like, I don't care. It was epic.
Yeah,
And inside, I have my blackened whiskey, the Metallica whiskey. Yeah.
nice. I want to
So
try the Doctor Disrespect whiskey. He's got his
so
is
that
the
is real.
it is, and it's not cheap, and it's getting like averagely good reviews. Like,
When you say not cheap,
well, it's sold out, and I think it's like a $60 to $80 bottle. I think maybe more.
okay, 60 is okay, but it has to be good for 60.
Mm,
80, the difference between the taste and the quality of a 60 and an $80 whiskey is not much.
okay.
So yeah, so I'm like, the Metallica, the blackened whiskey, well, last time I bought it was 45, 44, 40, 44.99, $45 for a bottle. And I've had a total of 3 bottles since it's come out, and I still have some left. But I use it. I drink it sparingly. I don't drink like I
Mhm.
used to. So,
No,
but it's
oh,
it's it's a fantastic whiskey. When my friend comes up, I don't know if you've seen him on the channel. Lich, he's in my intro and stuff like that. We'll probably have a glass, but that's about it. And then, oh, what do you call it? That's right. I got MegaCon this weekend. Should
and
I live stream for MegaCon or just make a video?
that's up to you, dude. There's Comic Con this weekend, and I'm not going for the first time in like
C2E2?
yeah C2E2. I'm not going for the first time in like 10 years.
Wow, that's nuts.
And there's a lot of talent that's going to be there. A lot of talent.
See,
The
that's funny because MegaCon, there's people that I'm like, why are you inviting them?
dude
But hey,
Chris Evans is going to be there this weekend. You know,
see,
Captain
we
America.
we yeah, well, we got Hayden Christensen.
Hayden Chris, really?
And then we also have oh, brain fart. Ahsoka. She plays Ahsoka. Oh, what's her name? Rosario Dawson.
Oh, really?
There's a lot of Star Wars people on this one, and I'm like, but last year we spent like, I would say we spent maybe more than 200. I can't remember, but we got photos with Ralph Macchio and William Zepka. We took my wife and I took a picture with the two of them.
Hmm.
I took a picture with Gina Carano, and she took a picture with I don't know his name in real life. It's Crowley from Supernatural.
If I saw a picture, I know
So
who you're talking about. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
that's it. Sounds like you have a nice lineup. I know.
Moff Gideon. Yeah, that's right. We got Moff Gideon. So that's right. Mello says we got Moff. Yeah, he's going to be there too. There's a lot of Star Wars people going to be there. So I was like, if there was one where I could take a picture with all of them, but it would be stupidly expensive, and
Yeah.
we talked about that. So I decided this year to lay off the photos and then just enjoy it because I'm going Thursday and I'm going Saturday, and both groups of people that I'm going with have never been to MegaCon before or a con
That
in
that'll be
general.
that'll be fun. I mean, I
Yeah,
know last C2E2 we went to, we got a hotel and everything. It was amazing. We spent a lot of money. I spent a ton of money. I just I just don't have it in me this year. I just don't.
yeah. I spent a lot. Now I'm like hardcore on a budget this year because last year we went with all right. We're going one day. We're only going to spend $500. I was like, really? That's what we're budgeting? And I was like, yeah. I don't even think we'll spend that much. That's what I told her. Shoot, shoot. I'm not even going to tell you what we spent. It was stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid. Yeah, Mello, go ahead, prepare your wallet. That's what we're all doing. So yeah, and I always buy retro games there. There's always a couple of stands. Now the thing is, I'm only going to hit certain games. I'm not going to go like I did, and I only buy imports from there or Switch games. So
I got
sometimes, and they have these boxes, these themed boxes that it's like last year I got Resident Evil and had all kinds of Resident Evil stuff in there.
that's cool. I th-
I think year before I got Ninja Turtles.
one C2E2 year, I got Conker's Bad Fur Day, just the cartridge for $75, which I don't think that's a bad deal.
Nowadays, no, because it runs up to around 100.
That's
I
without a
actually bought
box.
Yeah, I bought Mystical Ninja starring Goemon
I
for
love that game.
$50.
I love that game.
That's over $100 now.
I miss that game.
And I
I
bought
loved
that
that game when it came
three,
out.
4 years ago. I never owned it, but I rented it from Blockbuster, and the theme song stuck in my head for 20 plus years. And then once I was able to find it, I'm like, mine. I don't care. It's mine.
There's the Goemon for the Super Nintendo,
Yeah.
and the box art was amazing. And I said to myself, I need this. I need this in my life. And I bought it for 40 or $50, dude. And it's worth more than
See,
that now.
see, I
Complete,
honestly don't have it.
complete in box. What do you call? I call them sibs, kibs,
Oh,
sibs. Complete in box.
I just found out that one of the guys I'm going with Thursday, who's never been, is in his name in the chat is Mello. I didn't know who that was,
Oh, that's funny.
so I'm taking him for his first con experience.
That'll be great.
So
Prepare that wallet. It's not cheap. I
yeah,
mean, beers are like $15 at the con. They're like, if you buy a mug,
no. That's the thing that you do it the smart way. The good thing is MegaCon is sponsored by Dragon's Milk. So they have a stand there, and it's much cheaper than buying a Bud Light or something like that. One of the big ones in the can, you just buy that, you get a cup, and it's like $6 or $7, where normally one would be like 15. So hopefully it's not that expensive. Hopefully it's the same price as last year. But yeah, I think I got two of them last year at I think I paid $9 with tip because I still tip them too. But
dude,
still, that's the cheapest beer you can get.
that
Otherwise, you're
is so
getting
cheap.
piss water for $11.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, but hey, it is what it is, and I plan on enjoying every bit of it, and I'm going to see what they have this year. I am going to be a lot pickier at what I buy.
Yeah,
Oh
it'll be
yeah,
interesting.
and you've never had dragon's milk. No, you haven't. I'm gonna let you try it. There's, I think, three different kinds now. My local ale house. Do you guys have Miller's Ale House up there?
There's a Miller's brewing place in Milwaukee.
No, it's a place that started down here in Florida called Miller's Ale House,
No.
and I know they started expanding out of Florida. I didn't know if they had gotten up there yet, but it's it's a bar with food,
Mm.
whatever. It's all right. But they actually have one of the dragon's milk on tap, which is
Ooh.
rare because I think there's maybe I think there's now four different dragon's milk. One is a I want to say it's a lager. The other one, I don't know what this other one is. Saison maybe, and then another one's a red, and their first one was a stout. And I prefer the stout's my favorite, but it's 11%. 11.5%.
Ooh,
So
so
yeah,
that'll get you nice and toasty.
their lowest ABV one I think is 5.5, 7, between 5.5 or 5.7, something like that.
You start getting up to the
Yeah.
11%, and you're just like, oof,
Yeah, well,
oof.
that used to be my standard one. That used to be my standard beer that I would drink, and it would take about four of them for me to start feeling anything.
There was a quad.
Nowadays, I don't drink, so two of them, and I'm woo feeling good.
There was a quadruple sec or quadruple ale. I forgot what it was called, and had like a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde face on it. And I would
I know
drink
what
one
you're
of the.
talking about.
Yeah, dude, I keep forgetting with the name of it, but I would drink one of those and then have like a Bud Light. I'm like, holy crap, like this is heavy.
I would drink the Dragon's Milk once I found out about that. Before that, I had Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale,
Mm,
which is there's a red ale and then there's a stout, and they're 12%, 11, 12%.
it's heavy, dude.
So they're strong. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's funny how we started talking about Zelda.
Now we're
I
talking about
realized,
alcohol.
yeah, it's funny. I realized once we stopped talking about Zelda, the our viewer count dropped. It's like, all
Yeah,
right, they're done now. They're just rambling.
yeah.
They're talking about beer.
Hey,
But
we
oh
made it
wow,
to
we've almost
56
hit an
minutes.
hour.
Yeah, we almost did an
Yeah.
hour. Are
So
there any games that you are going to be playing during or after Breath of the Wild?
after I finish Breath of the Wild, I should have uh Star Wars Jedi Survivor in my hand
Oh,
because
that's
then it'll
right.
be, yeah, I'm trying to play that. I just beat WWE 2K23 My Rise mode, which is the story mode. So I was like, oh yeah, there's my GM and the other modes which I just don't care about.
Mhm.
I'm not one of those that likes to just sit back and play in menus. And my universe and my GM are menu based ones. And I'm like, nah, I'm okay. So I beat that one, and right before that, I finished Hogwarts Legacy. So what I'm doing is I'm not starting a game unless I'm going to finish it.
Smart, smart man,
So
smarter than I
I'm
am.
this is my first year I've ever done that. So
Yeah,
I'm finishing Breath of the Wild, and then I'm going to get Star Wars. Going to finish that, and then after that, I realized I ended up paying off 6 games that come out in June. I think one of them is in April, two of them are in April, four of them are in June.
oh wow.
We got Street Fighter. We got, oh, what do you call it? It's going to take forever. Diablo. By the way, if you're going to get it on PlayStation. It looks so much better than it does on Xbox. And I know this sounds petty. The hair looks awful on the Series S, and it looks a little better on the Series X, but looks much better on the PlayStation.
I'm running
And
a
that
20.
bothers me so much.
I'm running a 2070 Super, and I ran the game fairly high at 2K resolution and everything fairly high, and I was getting good frame rate, but their hair looked.
Yeah, it feels like it doesn't feel like it should be on PlayStation 5 and Series X. This feels like a PS4, Xbox One game.
Oh yeah,
A late life, maybe 2018,
I
2019
enjoyed the beta. I got to level
game.
16. I didn't reach 20
Oh,
to
I
get
only
the
got to
Wolf Cub.
level 8.
Yeah. What character class did you end up picking?
Barbarian, because they
Barbarian.
didn't have my Paladin, or I say Paladin. I know some people are like it's Paladin, whatever.
Paladin. That's
Yeah,
cool,
Paladin.
man. Ain't nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that.
Hey, look who decided to show up in the chat.
Miami Geeks. What's up, man? Thanks for stopping by.
He's been a little MIA lately. Dun dun. Shh. Get it,
Ooh,
Miami. MIA.
ooh, I
Yeah,
like it.
he's been a little MIA lately. So, but yeah, we're hoping that our next big uh podcast for ready to start. You guys looking forward to that? I hope everybody in the chat is looking forward to the next episode, which has RGT 85 in it.
That's gonna be amazing.
And that is going to be amazing. So it's me, you, Miami Geeks down there, Punisher 305. Josie changed her name. Josie Woe, she changed her name.
So that's what it
from
is now,
her
Josie
full
Woe.
name to WOAH, and girl got 1,000 subscribers in 1 week
Good for
since
her.
being on our podcast.
That's something else, man.
Because of us, RGT85 noticed her, and I was like, hey, great. That's why I created the podcast, to help everybody else. And maybe I should try to help myself too. But hey, that's why I went after RGT85. That's why I got him. But like I said, I'm also, I don't know if I told you, I'm trying to get Drunk 3PO. I'm gonna see if I can talk to him at MegaCon, try to get him on the cast.
Nice.
So I think once we have RGT85 on there, um, we might have a little more clout to pull other people.
Yeah, I
So
think it's great. I look forward to talking with them and having Punisher there as well. I think it'll be a cool podcast, man, for sure.
I think with enough dedication, we can make this thing last, make it a thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just enjoying just hanging out tonight, just doing a regular thing, not
Yeah,
necessarily the ready to start.
the thing is, a lot of people have asked me over the last year, because I didn't stream at all last year.
Hmm.
Last year was just a crazy year. I think from the time that I streamed, we did the first podcast to the last time I streamed was almost exactly a year, like 13 months, something like that. So I was like, all right, let me give in, start streaming again, because YouTube loves streaming too.
Hmm.
So, and they've been pushing the live streams. Weird. It's funny, they don't just show the live stream after it's been aired, they'll still show it too. So
As
we
though the channel is still live.
right. Well, not live, but like, hey, look, you missed this live stream. Do you want to watch it? And our last episode doubled in views after we viewed it. After we ended, it doubled in views in 1 week. So
No, I think that's great. I'm
I'll
really
be
excited.
shocked to even talk. What do you mean? I think I'll be. Oh, he's saying because he's going to be starstruck by RGT85.
Do we have a topic? What are we discussing?
Yes. The only reason I haven't
We'll just
chosen the topic yet, because things evolve so quickly in the gaming industry and the news.
we could talk
I
off
have a
stream what you
feeling
think.
Zelda is going to be a topic,
Hmm.
and whatever's going to happen right before that, I'm going to pick three major ones, like I always do, three major topics. So I might, what I might do in the future is talk about what's topical, and then maybe once a month, depending on how big it gets, going to put out a poll and let people, or a post, a community post, and let
Nice.
people comment what they want us to talk about.
Hmm.
So, so,
I think that's a great way to set that up.
so, but most of the time it'll be, hey, like I would like to do it more often, but I think once a week is going to be solid for all of us,
Yeah,
because I was thinking once every 2 weeks, but I think once a week is good. I'm now that after we're doing this, I think once a week is the best thing for growth in YouTube and the way it picks it up and stuff like that. And then these random ones throughout the week. Maybe we can get Punisher in here on a random one throughout the week too. But he decided to go MIA. I'm not I'm not going to let that go. I'm not going to let that go.
Miami says he thinks he might even behave. Oh wow.
As long as you watch the language, because I've noticed all the big guys understand the language thing. But have you watched the Spawncast lately?
Um, I
Sometimes
watched like
an F bomb gets dropped.
15, 20 minutes. I thought I did hear an F bomb last time.
Yeah. Yes. I'm like,
Um,
as long as it's not like the first. I really like Joey. I like Ninja Turtles. God bless his heart. But
Al,
man,
when he
at
dropped
the
some of
end,
those words, I'm like, no, Joe, no, bad idea.
because a little one here and there, but he just went F F F F F F F F F F F F F.
Yeah.
And I'm like, F's in the chat.
Oh
I was
man.
like, oh
Oh no. That's all right.
yeah, and it honestly, the live streaming aspect is much better when we do it like this
Yeah,
than compared to that when we pre-recorded the podcast. We're not big enough to get a pre-recorded podcast out there like that.
yeah. But eventually, I hope so. You know,
Yeah. Now I have had people ask me, "Are we going to put it up on Spotify?" But I don't know how that works.
you
So I
know,
was like,
I don't know how that works either. I don't know if we have to like how I don't know if it's that if it's as easy as just making a special account or if with Spotify you have to like do special registration or something. I don't know. I'm completely oblivious and ignorant towards putting anything on Spotify.
I got an idea. Why don't I send Punisher the link? Do you want to get into the stream right now? I'm talking to you in the chat. Do you want to jump into the stream? I'll email you the link to get in here if you want to just BS and get in here. We've been talking for an hour now. I could go on for another hour if Nick, are you fine with that? I don't care.
I could probably go on for about I'd say another 20 minutes.
Oh, another 20
I
minutes.
could I could do
Well,
like another I could do like 20.
okay, because if he wants to get in here, I could send you the link now, and then you can just jump and go okay. But if not, then what? I don't know what that means. It's easy. I've done it before. Are you talking to
Oh, to
us?
behave. I think he means to behave.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's in the.
Oh, he's in the shower. Oh boy.
You're
Nice.
you're. Are
That's
you on your
commitment.
phone in the shower?
Yep. I'm flattered.
Thank you. Just don't send any pics. No, thank you. Well, he he still hasn't accepted the Discord invite.
Ooh. Ooh,
See,
wow.
so that's one thing I decided now that we've started the Discord for the few people that are still in here, uh, or who will be watching, maybe be watching this live stream later on. I think I'm going to add a perk to the channel. Membership will get you a Discord invite, and then they'll be able to talk with us whenever they want.
That's cool.
So, but I'm gonna wait till the podcast gets a little older. We get a few more under our belt, and then use that as part of what do you call as membership. And one thing I might do later on is do membership live streams like this, where it might be once a week, where I'll just live stream with you or whoever wants, and that'll be just for the members later on.
Yeah, that'd be
But
fun. That'd be really
things
cool.
we're talking about in the future.
That'd be really cool.
So
I'm totally game for that.
okay, let me send him. Let me send him the invite because I'm going to. It says, "OMG, I didn't see it. I'll accept it ASAP." So make sure you're just wearing clothes. So because we don't want that. Let me make sure. You what are you seeing on my screen? Just my camera still?
I'm s- I just see you.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
We don't want a
I was
situation where we see who you are subscribed to at the OF accounts
did
genre of things. We don't need a
wow.
slip
I'm
like
not
that.
you. I don't.
But if you
I'm
want to let
married.
it
I don't
slip
need
and
that.
maybe it could be controversy, you know, that might work.
I don't need that. I'm married. I'm good. I am good, sir.
That's what they say.
Who is they? Who are these people?
The
I need to
internet,
find the right
man.
woman.
The
Screw the
internet.
internet.
Are you sending him the
Uh,
invite or?
yeah, I'm trying to find out what his. Okay, that's right. I couldn't remember what his email was, and I'm like, what letter did it start with?
Oh, also, did you? Well, no. There's only a few people in the Red Bandana Gaming Discord.
Well, right now it's a private Discord. Ours is
Yeah, it's
private.
private. Never mind. I was like, because I'm used to like posting. You know, I should have actually posted this in a few discords.
Should we call him his real name or should we call him Pun Pun? I think calling him Pun Pun
Pun
is
pun.
Punisher 305. We'll call him Pun Pun. Sounds Japanese almost.
It does.
Okay, good sir. It is sent. Accept it. Get in here. Only fat. Only fat. My OF is only fat. Wow. Only only fans or only fats?
Only toes.
Ooh,
I know some
I don't
people are into it.
understand that.
All right. All right. I don't want this conversation to get too weird. Anyways.
It's
Anyways.
gonna spiral
Yeah,
down,
it's
and then
just gonna
YouTube's gonna be
spiral
like,
down and
shadow ban again.
yeah. What are they talking about? The
Oh,
AI
that
is gonna just
that
take us
first
away.
podcast got so shadow banned.
Oh, it sucks, man.
Like even the keywords, like I tried to find it, you couldn't. You couldn't. Even using all those keywords, I went back and added more, and no, they're like, no, no, no. And I was like, okay,
Oh, it's
I see what you
disappointing.
did there. Fine, fine. So
Yeah.
huh, I just realized it's a red wave at the bottom.
Oh man. Whoops. Whoops.
we're Red Bandana Gaming.
Yeah, or you could say it's a red bandana.
Red, it's a flowing red bandana.
Yes.
You see, I have one here. You know, people have asked me, they're like, why don't you wear a red bandana? Because I used to when I first started the channel, but it's hot.
Didn't I?
Hey, look who's here. But I'm not putting him in until he puts on his camera. And I hope he's wearing a shirt. He better be wearing clothes. I don't think he's wearing clothes. That's why he hasn't turned on his camera. Sorry, you can't be in here without a
Like
camera. People want to see your mug.
just like a static picture instead.
And it's funny because this I might add edit the title card afterwards to put his little icon really tiny there because he came in so late. So it's like, and he's going to be behind ours. See, yeah, I was talking to him the other night, and I'm like, yeah, he just disappeared on me. I'm like, fine then, fine, bro, fine, bro. I'll talk to Nick. I'll just talk to Nick.
Dude, yeah, I'm always down. I'm always down. Because I mean, we have a couple. We can really just do a
See,
lot
look,
of. Oh, there he is.
I don't want that. Where's your ugly mug? I guess he's saying.
You're never see my ugly mug.
Oh, he's probably naked. That's why.
Yeah, I'm shaving and stuff, man.
Oh, wow. So he literally came in here. He was like,
That's talent.
I do my best work in the shower.
I'm sure you do. We're not that type of podcast.
Oh man.
This is what you guys needed. You guys need a little of this pepper.
Is that what you're calling it these days?
Boom-chi.
Hey Punisher, have you seen the Zelda stuff? The new
Dude,
Tears of the Kingdom?
I only saw very little of it, but I thought it was pretty interesting, especially the whole thing with the fans that they were using on the boat, and that you could use it to fly, hover, and a bunch of other things there. I thought it was pretty interesting.
Roblox for Zelda?
Yeah.
I mean, or maybe
yeah.
Roblox isn't the best example.
Nah, more like Legos.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, but honestly, it was pretty interesting. I cannot deny it. But I don't know. I just saw a little bit of it because it got a little hectic at work. But overall, I thought it was pretty cool. It wasn't too bad. I was just hoping to hear something about a new Switch Pro or something. But
yeah, that wasn't going to happen.
Next year.
We knew it. And did you see Woodhawker beat 'em ups apparently got the Switch OLED, the Zelda Switch, before anybody else, and published the video for the unboxing today?
And what happened with it? Is it still
know.
up?
I watched the video.
Oh wow.
So I don't know if it's still up. He edited it really weird afterwards, and he even said he's like, yeah, he didn't know if he should get this. He even explained how he got it, and then edited over that because he didn't want to get in trouble. And I get it. The Nintendo ninjas would have been after him.
Oh yeah,
big time
for getting that over a month early. Because no wait, it's a month early today. 4 weeks, and then he said, like, he even showed the firmware for the I guess the initial update for it was done in June of 2022 when it was originally supposed to come out.
Oh wow.
So they've been sitting on these units for a year.
Wow.
Yeah.
Talk about slap in the face, huh?
Well, I wonder if they're just trying to get production higher, more production. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I just I don't know. I don't know. For that guy who put it out there, I'm not sure that was maybe a publicity move, maybe to get more people to talk about the Nintendo, like the whole Zelda Switch or whatnot. But
The thing is, people are going to be talking about it anyway.
I don't know. Regardless, yeah.
So I don't know how he got it. I watched the whole video and I'm like, yeah, I know I'm gonna get this Switch because I hate my I hate the Pokemon one. I really do because that purple and that orange. At first, I was like, "Oh, it looks so cool." Before I realized I really don't like Scarlet and Violet. I really don't like the game. So now it's rubbed me the wrong way, and I hate those colors.
Why don't you just sell it then?
Uh, I might,
Sell it and
but
put it towards the.
it's got my Animal Crossing save on it, so I
Mm,
need to get another one before. Otherwise, I have to transfer it to an old Switch and it's a pain in the butt. You can only do the Animal Crossing transfer every so many weeks or something like that, and it's
dude, I gotta
yeah.
take you on an Animal Crossing expose at on my island.
We
I,
should do that. I haven't done an Animal Crossing video in like 2 years.
dude,
I love Animal
I
Crossing.
was showing my friend's daughter. Like it took like a half an hour. There's so much stuff that I put on my island. Like
That's my wife's island. Hers is ridiculous compared to mine.
I have a
Like
special rose garden on the east side. I have little villas for each of the villagers. Like there's a east and a west side. There's a special flower garden.
I have
I
kaiju.
you
I
oh
have
you
kaiju.
well I have him, but I don't know where I would I had him out, but I don't know. I used to have a DJ
Mine
booth,
welcome you.
dude.
Mine welcome you to my island. I have a mecha and I have a kaiju.
I
So it
don't
looks
think I
like
got the
Godzilla
mecha.
versus the Megazord. Yeah, right in the front. And then
Uh,
I have thwomps that hit if you walk. So as soon as you come down, they go right around you.
I'm gonna have
Yeah.
to check it out. But like I have a pet store. Like I have so much stuff, dude. And my basement of my house is the Ninja Turtle den. Like, and it looks pretty legit.
You have a
Um,
basement?
yeah,
Oh
you
yeah,
didn't.
you live up in the places where they can have basements.
Well, no,
Here they have to
I'm
build
saying
up the ground in order to have a basement.
no, but I'm saying in the game. I'm saying in the
Oh,
game I made like a Ninja Turtle
oh, in
den.
the game.
Yeah, in Animal Crossing.
See, I have a game room and then a underneath I think is I forget what the room underneath is, but at the top it's a sci-fi arcade game room,
I do have a basement here that's incomplete though. Um,
and then I have oh my living room's all Mario Brothers. It's all Mario.
you've seen what my living room looks like with my artwork and paper craft, and then some gaming stuff under the TV. I try to keep it pretty clean over here, like not
Oh,
get too
are we
crazy.
talking about Animal Crossing or back to what?
Okay, now I'm talking about my real house. I'm talking about my real house now. Oh boy,
Yeah,
we're
my real
mixing it
house
up.
is a nerd den. You
Yeah,
guys see my office and my game room on all my videos. My living room, I have my wife and I have Marvel and DC statues all over. I have a wall that's all Star Wars, a wall that's all Captain America. So we've got all
Risky
kinds of
has a
stuff.
good question. Do you think the Nintendo
Oh
next console will be another hybrid, or will they return
yeah,
to home?
because
It's definitely going to be hybrid.
they're between making two consoles like they used to, one handheld, one uh, TV that would a home console. They're not going to do that anymore. It just makes too much money. It's makes development simpler. Now you only have to make one version of a game instead of two. So I think they're going to stick with it. It's way.
Yeah, I think that they're just gonna stick to the whole gaming on the go type of vibe. You know, if they go back to home gaming, they better bring something into that pot that's
Right.
gonna make it worth wanting.
Like the only thing I was gonna say, like if the next Nintendo console is a home console, the Switch is going to be continued as their like the Switch Lite will be continued as the portable console,
Here's my
and
question:
that's what we're going to see.
how come Nintendo doesn't do achievements in their games?
That's one thing I've always been asking. Certain games do it in the game,
Sparks of
but
Hope will do it, but you have to log into your Ubisoft account.
Yep.
and then it links that to your Ubisoft, and you'll get like a few pop-ups here and there.
Yeah, there was one game I was playing the other day that had it. I think it was one of the Ninja Turtles one, and they have like in-game achievements. I'm like, oh, that's cool, but who cares? I
It
like
doesn't
the
go onto the
universal achievement thing.
yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
go onto the profile, or it can't be shared to show everybody how big of a geek you are. You know.
I probably
Yeah.
think if they don't want to do a trophy system or something like Xbox and PlayStation, they'll probably try to keep it like just focus on the game, enjoy the game. Don't make it look like, oh, I gotta kill 5 Goombas in 5 seconds, and then you get
I
a trophy
agree
for
with
that.
that because there was a point in time where I was so addicted to achievements on Xbox.
Yeah,
I was playing games just to get the achievements. I didn't care about the game. I would skip things, ignore, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna hit 10,000 gamer score. I'm gonna hit 20,000." And I was like, "Whoa, whoa!" And last generation, I really pulled back from that.
yeah. I mean, that's technically it. That's the only thing I could think about because since they're so family orientated, I don't think they want nothing that has to do with the competition, unless you're playing Mario Kart or stuff like that. That you could just goof around there. But
But
like
Mario Kart is like the number one selling game of the last two generations or
It's
something. It
insane.
sold so many stupid how many copies a remake of a Wii U game has been. That's why there's no Mario Kart 9.
It doesn't
It's
have to
outsold
be.
like everything. It
They
doesn't need it.
did what Ninja Turtles and I said that they should do before they even announced DLC. He and I agreed one night, like they don't even need to make another. They don't need to make a Mario Kart 9. Just give us new courses, and lo and behold,
And
look what they
people will
did.
pay and it's more the DLC if you don't have Nintendo Switch Online, if you're buying them individually is more than a new game.
yeah,
and and people do it, and they did. It's yeah. I I have Nintendo Switch Online, so yeah, I'm constantly downloading and playing the new tracks, but
Yeah,
I
same.
haven't done Pack 4. I haven't done Pack 4 yet.
It's great. Yoshi's Island's fun. It's a good one. But on that note, I am gonna have to dip out on you guys.
Oh, but it's only 10:26. No, wait, it's 9:26 your time, right?
Yes, 9:26 my time.
Yeah. What? You're going to bed early?
I would like to eventually, but
Didn't you say you took like 6 naps today?
I took
six
two.
now.
I took two. Took 2 naps today. Yeah. Oh, the
How
wonderful
long were the
things of
naps?
when you're unemployed. About half hour each.
Okay, I took a nap that was 2 hours.
Yeah, that's a
So
good one.
I just combined it. 1 2 hour nap. It sounds like you're in a fishbowl.
That pretty much I don't really like you guys in your naps.
Well, work from home, bro.
Yeah.
Another possibility. I wouldn't. I can't.
Who actually leaves their house anymore?
Yeah, I know.
I totally don't like
Kind
you
of
right
lame.
now. Oh yeah, you both on my hit list. Putting it down now.
I get it. Punisher hit list. I see what you did there.
I did there.
He didn't even realize he did that.
No, I didn't. I was actually grabbing the towel, saying all those words.
I don't want to know what you're doing with that towel.
No, don't worry. We'll save it for the only